Hello and welcome, I'm Sarah, and today in my Substack Essay Read Aloud series, we're diving into a topic that's close to many of our hearts, but often overlooked: the significance of our job title. Is your job title just a label, or does it truly reflect who you are and your journey towards finding purpose, perhaps your Ikigai? Whether you're a seasoned professional navigating through your career or someone exploring new opportunities, understanding the intersection between our professional labels and personal brand identity is more crucial than ever. So let's explore this together, and maybe like me, you too will find your own niche in the process.
Seeking Ikigai, the joy that life brings.
Essay number 8, originally published on Substack in November 2023. Title does not equal truth. The identity illusion in the Ikigai intersection. AKA, are you your job title and does it fit with your personal brand? The first question you're asked when meeting someone new is often that old chestnut. So what do you do for a living? I have issues with this. Many times I've had a job title that doesn't mean much to the general public. Perhaps the literal answer to that question isn't the most interesting thing about me at that point in time. We ask questions to understand and to find connection. I'm drawn to the quest towards Ikigai because of the beauty and simplicity there is in your purpose aligning with the answer to this common question. Have you specialised in one domain or job family throughout your career? That is becoming increasingly rare. Settling on a job title that reflects what it is you actually do can be tricky when that changes regularly. Tricky when it's across a diverse range of skills, tasks, topics, and even the seniority or experience level of the projects you're currently working on, varying from month to month. This fluidity is not unusual in tech environments where things change rapidly, not unusual in startups or innovation units, nor is it unusual in smaller organisations where you have to wear many hats. It is also a consequence of putting your hand up to take on additional responsibility. Being flexible makes for an interesting set of activities on your to-do list, but it can also further blur those lines. Biting my tongue not to scream out loud, forcibly unclenching my jaw, shaking out the tension in my shoulders. I've spent hours brainstorming on paper, moving on to quizzing ChatGPT in every way I could think of, and I'm still struggling. I have to define a job title if I'm to move from a contractor status into a pensionable role, and it has to slot into a very defined grade structure that already exists. I think moving from a subset of my quarter of a century experience, I'm not that old surely. In telecommunications, for example, my most recent subject matter topic of Internet of Things, into a more recognisable label outside of the telecoms or tech sector. Maybe data is probably the way to go. I've also contributed to other work streams over the last few years: digital skills, digital inclusion, smart place strategy, tech for good in the ESG and clean tech arenas. I asked ChatGPT, please give me ideas for job titles that encompass the key deliverables I'm working on each day. The top 3 areas currently are Internet of Things Consulting, Digital Skills Lead, and Project Support on ESG and Clean Tech. It said, hello Sarah, navigating the meshwork of IoT, digital skill set augmentation and the intricate dance of ESG alongside clean tech innovation requires a title that's as multifaceted as the role itself. Here are some job titles that aim to capture the essence of your work. I'll read out just a few of them. IoT Innovation Strategist and Digital Skills Architect. Digital Transformation Leader, IoT and Clean Tech Projects. Senior Consultant for IoT and Sustainable Tech. Smart Technologies Policy Lead and Digital Literacy Pioneer. It went on to say, remember, these titles are just starting points, and the best one will resonate with both your day-to-day responsibilities and the strategic vision you're helping to manifest. Each title subtly shifts the emphasis between the fields you're involved in, which might help in aligning with the specific narrative you wish to convey in your professional identity. I smiled at the use of the phrase strategic vision and also professional identity. You know me so well, ChatGPT. This is also making me reflect on how the use of LinkedIn has evolved over time and how I'd rather not have to keep changing my profile, my banner picture, and the types of things I post about with each organisation or role change, but rather make it a better reflection of me as a rounded human with a diverse set of interests and experiences. An evolving sense of my unique value that sustains across any and all roles I have now and into the future. What would be the blended headline if I were to revamp my profile again this weekend? Possibly something along the lines of, I help people understand how technology can help them live a fulfilled and equitable life. Pushing for no one to be left behind. I'm a digital and data professional with a passion and curiosity for how best to balance innovation with tech for good. More work is needed to really nail my why and lead with that more than my what or my how. It's also too generic, too bland, and not targeted at anyone in particular. It isn't quite the sense of purpose and specificity I have here with my channel, where I'm committed to exploring the topic of Ikigai. I need to find that nugget that joins here to there. Asking ChatGPT again to help me brainstorm another couple of iterations, and I have a few more contenders. Passionate digital and data professional, driving social change through innovative technology. Data professional, pursuing Ikigai through innovative tech solutions. Digital expert, championing human-centric tech solutions. Not bad, but too many terms that don't really mean anything outside of my bubble though. But I am starting to see how this format allows me to infuse some of my intrinsic motivation into what it is I'm doing. I just need to do the plain English or the sell the benefits filter over it. There were many things I read before a niche topic coalesced for me into seeking Ikigai. Here are a few that were top of my mind today. Number 1, how could I not love Simon Sinek? He started the Optimism Company. He talks about starting with your why in his Golden Circle method. He observes that a majority of people and businesses start talking about the what and the how of themselves. He states, though, that instead we should lead with our why. The why is about our contribution to impact and serve others. The why inspires us. It should be really easy to articulate this, but I've struggled to make it specific and unique. I found it hard because I still haven't really honed in on what I'm best at, love the most, and that gives the most benefit to those around me, solving some of those big problems of our world. Number 2, Build a Personal Monopoly by David Perell. I've referred to this before. He has me thinking about it from a different perspective in terms of articulating the value you bring. He says your skills should be unusual, complementary, experiential and specific. The less the skills of your personal monopoly Venn diagram are found together, the better, because it reduces competition and helps you define a genre. And finally, number 3. I love this quote by Dory Clark on the topic of reinventing your personal brand. To protect your brand, you need to develop a coherent narrative arc that explains to people in a nice, simple way so they can't miss it, exactly how your past fits into the present. I also take this to mean how you currently see yourself evolving into the near future. For me, the process of seeking Ikigai is also about unearthing my niche and unique perspective, mapping out a clear path to my true passions and harnessing talent. If I've struggled with this topic, and I have a background in HR, I used to be a union secretary overseeing market rate matching for regrading, and I've been involved in many organisation redesigns and rebranding exercises. Then I wonder how people cope, trying to map out pathways to give careers advice to young people starting out or anyone exploring career change options mid-career. So that brings me back in a virtuous circle to why I care about this on all levels. Each article I write moves me closer to a voice that better integrates work me with personal me. I'm happy to answer when asked what I do. I'm a tech professional seeking Ikigai, and to share that I'm doing that for both selfish and altruistic reasons. I want to help others by sharing the process and methods I find in the quest to help myself. I'm starting to compile tangible exercises, and I'll be ready to test some of them with you soon. So please subscribe if that's a journey you'd like to observe or be part of. That was my essay. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of job titles and our deeper search for Ikigai. If this resonates with you, or if you're on a similar path, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave me a comment below. Like this video if you found it insightful, and don't forget to subscribe for more discussions like this. There's so much more to uncover, and I'm excited to continue this journey with you. Remember, every step we take is a step closer to aligning our careers with our true purpose. Until next time, I'm Sarah, seeking Ikigai, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.